fam, welcome back. I'm Dezzie and this is Dezzie Luna Tarot. And today we're doing a reading on the upcoming lunar eclipse. This is so exciting. It's going to be a full lunar eclipse in some parts of the globe, and it's going to be an eclipse anyways, like no matter where you are on the globe. But some places on Earth you will actually see a full 100% lunar eclipse, which is not common, and it's super exciting to see. It's a very wonderful event, and if you can travel to go see it, I highly recommend it because it truly is a once in a lifetime thing. Well, I don't know if it's once in a lifetime. I wonder how often it does occur, but I do know that it's a rare occasion and it's a really cool experience. And I've heard many people say that it's just beyond what they can really, like what they thought it would be, whenever they experience a full lunar eclipse, because like I guess the crickets will start going and like the animals will get temporarily confused because they think it's nighttime, and then it goes back to being daytime, and everything resumes as normal again. But it is truly an exceptional experience, and we are going to be doing a reading on how this lunar eclipse is going to affect you and your life. Alrighty, let's get into it. Okay, we have Six of Swords. We have Six of Swords, Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Strength. These, they're more centered. And then on the back of the deck we have the Devil. So with this, it seems like there's something that you need to let go, and I'm getting a sense that you haven't let it go yet, because we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, and it seems like you're a very tough person. You've gone through a lot in your life and you have grown a thicker skin because of it, and also you might be physically strong as well. But you're really focused on your goals and chasing your goals right now. And not only are you chasing your goals, but it seems like you've been distracting yourself and kind of putting off some things. And the things you've been putting off could be letting go of habits, situations, or people that no longer serve you. Because we also have the Devil, and this just means temptation, giving into temptation, doing things that aren't necessarily healthy for us, like giving into bad habits or situations or people or things that aren't good for us anymore. And what I'm seeing here is that this is the energy that you've been going through, you are going through right now. And Spirit, one of the messages from Spirit is that now is the time to release these old habits, patterns, addictions, people, places, situations that no longer serve you. With the Strength card, Spirit wants you to know that you're stronger than you realize, and you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. And they will be with you every step of the way during this process. But it is vital for you to start actually stepping up to the plate and getting straight to the point on releasing things that are no longer for your highest good anymore, because otherwise you're going to keep running around in circles and you're going to keep running into the same situations, meeting the same types of people, getting into the same types of, scenarios and whatnot. And also it's just it seems like you're trying to reach a higher vibration, or you are already at a higher vibration, but you're still holding on to these habits and these things because it may be like a comfort for you because it's a part of your past. And you can still appreciate your past and where you came from without doing the things that you used to do, or without continuing harmful habits. And honestly, these habits and these things are just weighing you down and preventing you from reaching your goals and just kind of having you run in place here. So that's what I'm seeing from these cards here. I'm also trigger warning, but I'm also getting a sense of that somebody may be struggling with some kind of addiction, and this could be something like you're addicted to eating junk food or sugary things, or it could be more serious, having to do with DRU, GS, or, you know, the drink, you know, anything, smoking, anything like that. But it also could be not moving your body, being addicted to sitting on the couch, laying on the couch, watching too much TV. And these things are preventing you from essentially manifesting other things into your life, because what you currently do is what you're holding energy for. And once you release those things, you make room for new energy to enter your life, and you hold space for that new energy so you can accept that new energy into your life, like new healthy habits, or better ways of living, or like new friendships, new relationships, partnerships, or, you know, positive opportunities and things like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was like way too many cards, and anxiety popped out. So it seems like you've been having a lot of anxiety lately, and that may be why you have been leaning into your bad habits, because it helps calm you down and it helps to relieve your anxiety. So a good goal is to look into healthy coping mechanisms for yourself that can help you manage your anxiety, manage your emotions, without doing things that are actually harmful to you. So, for example, if you are addicted to exercising to the point to where it's kind of taking a toll on your body, and it's not healthy for your body anymore to be doing exercise, like, you know, 6 hours a day, every single day, or something crazy like that, without giving your body the proper rest and nutrients, maybe looking into, first of all, something that can help you ground yourself, like grounding techniques. And grounding techniques go from easy to a little bit more advanced, but an easy grounding technique is taking an object in your hands and describing it, the color, the weight, the texture, what the object is, what it's used for, and describe it to somebody who, like, they can't see the object, and or they can't feel the object. Like, be very detailed about your description, and this brings you from your headspace down into your body, and it helps ground yourself into your body and calm yourself down. Another thing to look into is, I think it's called a vasovagal nerve. There's ways to calm it down, and there's techniques to calm it down. So that would be another good thing to look into, is how to calm down your vasovagal nerve. And with this, there are different pressure points and stuff like that on your body that you can, I can't remember if it's like you hold the pressure points for a couple seconds, or you do tapping exercises. I can't remember what it is, but there are certain vasovagal nerve exercises you can do to help calm down your nervous system. I'm also getting a message of part of the reason why you may have such anxiety is due to your past, maybe how you grew up, and the environment you grew up in, and this may have affected your nervous system and how it developed. So taking care of your nervous system and looking into ways to help calm your nervous system will greatly help you in general. And looking into different coping mechanisms and ways to calm your body down, calm your mind down in place of these previous habits that you were doing. Okay, we have resentments. Yeah, we have let go and change. So yeah, for resentments, it seems like somebody has done things to you, or you've been in certain situations growing up or even recently, but these resentments, holding on to them is not serving you at all. If anything, it is just making life harder for you, because it's really zapping all of your energy from you. And through letting go, I've always seen forgiveness and letting things go not as a service to the other person, but as a service to ourselves. Because having hatred for another person, that other person is sitting pretty. They don't care. They don't even probably know that you harbor such emotions towards them. And they're probably just fine and dandy or going about their own life and haven't really given it a second thought. And that, I don't say that to hurt your feelings. I say that to put things into perspective of the fact by you holding on to these emotions and harboring such deep resentments, hatred, anger, or frustration towards a situation, towards specific people or experiences you've had, it is only eating away at you, and it is only causing hardship in your life right now. Spirit is really calling you to really let this go, because it's going to bring a tremendous positive change to your life, in your mental health, in your physical health. And it is going to greatly positively impact you in your life. And that's what we want, right? We want to rise above the haters. We want to rise above and not only survive situations, but then we want to thrive. You know, we don't want anything holding us back. And by constantly sitting there thinking, wow, that person really effed up my life and they did all these things to me, now I drink because of them, or now I do this because of them, they really destroyed my life. When in reality, if this happened years ago, this whole time over the past however many years, you could have been working towards getting over that situation and not avoiding it and pushing it down, and also not trying to drown it out with bad habits. But instead, you know, take that anger and frustration and resentment and, first of all, let it go. And second of all, replace it with the notion of, I am going to do my best to take care of myself so I can thrive and rise above all the people that or not all the people, but all the bad experiences I've had, so that I can thrive and live a beautiful, amazing life, because I deserve it. I am worthy of this amazing life. I'm worthy of beautiful things. I'm worthy of unconditional love. And these are the things that Spirit wants you to start telling yourself, believing that you are, you know, to have hope for the future, to have hope for yourself, and to start living as if you are already thriving, and to start manifesting this into your life. Because as of right now, you're letting those people dictate your life without them even realizing it, because they're not even in the picture anymore. Yeah, okay, so, and I know that's a really hard message to hear, and that's a really hard pill to swallow. In fact, That's funny. I shuffled again and the hope card was on the back of the deck again. So I'm just gonna take this out. So in fact, I understand that this is just something really hard to hear. I was in your shoes once, and I do apologize if anybody is getting emotional or upset by this, or if you're offended in any way. I'm not condoning at all any of the things that happened to you. You did not deserve to be treated that way. You did not deserve to be called those things, or to, you know, go through those experiences. But unfortunately, we can't change the past, but we can change our present day, and we can create a better future for ourselves. And I think that's the biggest payback we could ever have with somebody that has done us wrong, is by really healing ourselves and getting over the situation to where we don't give them a second thought, and they don't rule our lives anymore, and we are fully present in our own lives and living life the best way that we can, you know what I mean? And I think that's the biggest comeback of all, is treating yourself with unconditional love and respect and thriving. Yeah, don't feel it's the time is over with feeling any kind of shame. Shame is not conducive for growth and for health. So yeah, really let go of this shame, because once you let go of any shame and any anger that you have over these situations, these things, you know, you are not the same person that you were 10 years ago. You're not the same person you were even 2 years ago, 5 years ago. So give yourself a little break. If there's mistakes you made in the past, it's okay. And you have punished yourself long enough. Honestly, like, I see like that's one of the hardest things to do, is to forgive ourselves and to let our own mistakes go. But take it as a learning opportunity. And if you do something, don't feel shameful about it, but look at it from a perspective of learning and growing. So for example, say I lost my temper on somebody, and afterwards I feel like really guilty about it, and I even start feeling shame about it. So instead of sitting there and let myself feel shameful about it, I'll tell myself, no, there's no reason to feel shameful about this. Next time I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z instead of losing my temper. So I'm going to communicate to the person sooner about any qualms or or irritations I have about a situation, and politely ask them not to do that before I get to the point of exploding. And I'm going to be proactive so that I can help the situation not get to the point of such intense emotions. And another thing I'll do is, when I start to feel myself get too angry, before I say things that I don't want to say, I'm gonna take a moment and say, hey, can we talk about this later? Because right now I'm too angry and I don't want to say things that I don't mean. Or I feel myself getting a bit too angry and I don't want to talk about this while I'm angry. Can we come back to it the next day, or can we come back to it at a later point in time? And through doing this and communicating in this way, it first of all sets a boundary and an expectation, so the other person will know what to expect, and also it helps you lay some ground rules for yourself to help prevent a situation in the future of losing your cool and screaming and cussing and, you know, whatever it is that you had done in the past, or that I had done in the past. I can't remember if I said you or I for the example. But anyways, so that's an example. So instead of feeling shame, take things as a learning lesson and tell yourself that you're learning and growing, and it's okay, and that you will do better next time, and then work towards doing better next time. And this will give you more of a peace of mind, because you will know that you are taking steps towards improvement. And this will be good for you, your mental health, your physical health, and just for the interactions you have in your everyday life. Oh, and then we also have happiness. Yeah, this is letting go of any shame, resentments, and all these things, and making these changes in your life is going to bring you great happiness and peace. And it's also going to bring tranquility to your household as well, if you have any roommates or you live with anybody. Okay, so this is before the lunar eclipse. I'm gonna put all these cards to the side, and then I'm gonna do a vibe check on after the lunar eclipse. Okay, we have Three of Pentacles. Then we have the Hanged Man, Ten of Wands, Three of Cups. Then we have the Hermit. Then we have Nine of Cups, the Moon, Death, and on the back of the deck we have Five of Swords. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so this is the vibe after the lunar eclipse happens, and it seems like you're going to be on a very productive path, and you're going to gain new perspective on different situations in life. And the Ten of Wands, I don't necessarily see this as a bad type of burden. I see it as you taking responsibility for different things in your life, taking accountability, and this is going to help you bring a balance between social outings and also time to yourself, and making better connections with other people and better connection with yourself. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, this talks about how you shouldn't do things for other people just because you want to impress other people, but you need to look inside of yourself and think about what it is that you want, what it is you desire, and what you need, and do some internal reflection, and you will basically realize with the Death card here, this talks about death and rebirth, and basically there will be things in your life that come to an end just because you realize that they don't really resonate with you anymore. You don't really enjoy them, and they don't spark as much joy as it used to in the past. And that's not a bad thing. It just means that you're learning and growing and changing, and you're not the same person you were 10 years ago. With the Five of Swords in reverse, this is the start of the healing process, basically. So with this internal reflection and hanging out with these people, spending time with yourself, you are going to realize that some people are not your people anymore. And this sucks to come to this realization, but it's also a good thing, because this makes room once you let these people go that are no longer, it may be one of those things where a few years ago you and your friends were all at the same vibrational level, and now you have basically, you're at a different vibrational level, you're on a different path than they are right now. And sorry, I'm distracted because Brandy came to visit. Hi Brandy. Hi baby. So yeah, basically it is going to be revealed to you who is good for you, who is not good for you anymore, and also some internal things that you've been doing that are good for you, are not good for you. And this will be made clear so that you can look within yourself and be able to take accountability for your life, your actions, your reactions, what you do, what you don't do, and to start healing and working through these different things in your life. And this is going to help improve your life, improve your quality of life, and help improve your relationships and friendships and the way that you treat yourself and others. And it's going to bring about an overall positive change to your life. Oh wow, okay. As for how the eclipse is going to impact your life and impact you, we have Earth for grounding. Then we have rebirth. That's fine. I was literally just talking about rebirth. Then we have clearance. Then we have clearance and incubation, spring, fulfillment, cycles, dedication, and then on the back of the deck we have healer. This is awesome. So through grounding yourself and working on grounding techniques, spiritually grounding yourself, energetically grounding yourself, mentally, physically, and going through these changes, you're going to have a rebirth. And this rebirth is going to bring balance into your life. And it is going to help you clear out the things in your life that no longer serve you and make room for these new energies that are going to come into your life and start developing. And by either sometime during this spring season or next spring season, basically the things that were incubating and growing are going to come to life, spring to life, and you're going to have such fulfillment in your life, in yourself, in these new things. And this is an end to a old cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And you're going to be dedicated towards things that you love, towards yourself, towards healing, towards these new energies, these new things in your life. And that's also going to bring you a great sense of satisfaction and help you appreciate things more and appreciate life more. You're going to come to appreciate these new things that come into your life. I also see this as a healing transformation. With rebirth and cleansing and clearing things out of your life, you're going to start to heal, and you're going to see yourself blossom and gain a better connection with yourself, with those around you, and with your healing journey. You're going to be really dedicated to your healing journey, and this is also going to be very helpful for you and will help you start to realize, or not even just realize, but be able to pinpoint and to know when certain things are not the best for you and when things are the best for you, and to have that discernment. You're going to develop that discernment, which is going to greatly help you in life as well. So we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Meditate and contemplate. Don't let your past hold you back. Adjustments are required. Luck is on your side, and you're very close to achieving your goal. Ooh, wow. We have a lot of blues in here. That's so pretty. Blue is often the color of calmness, tranquility. And then on the back of the deck it says, have faith in your dreams. Aw, that's cute. Oh wow, I just realized that you might be a Pisces. We have 2 Pisces symbols here. And then all the blue, turquoise, aqua colors, you know. And with this, take these past things as learning lessons to be able to move forward and adjust your perspective on life, because you can always take a bad situation and use it in some way to help yourself, help other people, to gain awareness, to gain understanding, or to gain sympathy and empathy for others and other people who are going through or have gone through the same things you have. And that's something that's very powerful that us as humans can do, is learn from our past. But yeah, so Spirit wants you to know that also they have your back, luck is on your side, and they're here with you every step of the way while you're going through this transformation. And even before that and after that, before and after the fact, they are also there for you. And all you need to do is call on them, ask for help, ask for guidance, support, and they're there for you. They will always be there for you. They love you unconditionally, and they want you to learn to love yourself unconditionally, because you deserve unconditional love, and you deserve to be taken care of and to be treated with respect, to have a tranquil, peaceful, healthy environment, and to heal from any past wounds and experiences that you've gone through. Okay, now I'm gonna pull some advice cards. Also, I realized that I don't know if it's called a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse. I guess it would be called a solar eclipse because it's the sun that's being covered up, not the moon. But in my mind, I was thinking, oh, it's the moon that covers up the sun, so it's a lunar eclipse. But no, it's actually called a solar eclipse because the sun is being covered up. Okay, so say yes. Now is the time to open up and receive. It may be somewhat unnerving, but if we're not open to the many good things in life, they might pass us by. Practice saying yes to what you know will stretch you, things you might be a little unsure of. There's abundance all around us. Sometimes we need to make space for it to appear. Brandy, you are just so involved today. You are so involved today in this reading, honey. Yes, you're just smearing the cards all over. Walking as you please across the cards. Sorry, fam. Brandy loves whenever I do readings, and she loves just being involved. She's especially involved today, apparently. Oh man. But I think she's also really excited that I'm just doing this on the floor and in front of the window. So practice saying yes to what you know will stretch you, things you might be a little unsure of. There's abundance all around us. Sometimes we just need to make space for it to appear. Dang, what was I talking about earlier about making space in your life for new energies and abundance and good things, Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. I also just got a message of journaling down our thoughts and feelings and what's going on in our head. This can get everything down on paper, out of our head, and help us recenter ourselves. So meditating and journaling could be very beneficial for you, especially journaling in the evening time before you go to bed, because whenever we go to bed is when we finally have slowed down and our brains have nothing to distract itself with, and that's when we start thinking. And when we start thinking, it's hard to shut our brains off sometimes, especially people with anxiety. And something that is very helpful is journaling down all your thoughts, feelings, emotions, worries. It could be anything. It could be about the next day, about something that happened like in your childhood or last week. It could be just literally anything. And by writing it down, it helps to calm your mind. I also am getting another message of to make sure you write out a list of things to do for the next day before you go to bed, because whenever you write down a list for things to do, again, at night, your mind starts thinking about a bunch of things, including the next day, what all you have to do. And this can also keep us awake because we start worrying about the next day. But if we write everything we have to do, write it down, then it helps relieve our brain of any stress and worry, because we're not worried we're gonna forget what we have to do the next day. So we have speak to yourself with kindness. The stories we tell ourselves create the patterns which we live by. Each day our self-talk is either trapping us in old beliefs or empowering us to live a life of love and acceptance. Become aware of how you talk to yourself. Is it with a voice of love? If not, how can you speak to yourself in a way that empowers you? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's no need to feel shame and guilt anymore. There's no need to put yourself down and to speak words of negativity to yourself. Treat yourself how you would treat somebody that you absolutely love. I'm assuming you would treat them with respect, with kindness, and with support, and you would say encouraging things to them. This is the way that you need to treat yourself. So when you start thinking of negative things or start having negative thoughts towards yourself, towards a situation or whatever, correct yourself. Take the time to stop, tell your brain stop, and then correct your brain like it is a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old child in a way that you would talk to a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old. And that sounds like, I don't mean that in a patronizing way. I mean it as in, when you teach children, you teach them with love, respect, and kindness, and you speak in a way that is easily understandable and also direct and to the point. You don't make it overcomplicated. You don't throw in a bunch of justifications or, all this gibbledy-gosh. You speak to them with love and understanding, and also correct them whenever they need to be corrected. And that's how you need to kind of see your brain, as some other, a loved one, but then also making sure to be the parent of your own subconscious and being firm with yourself. So instead of, like, say I get a C- on a test, and I'm really disappointed. I'm like, I catch myself thinking negative things like, oh man, I'm so stupid. I always get C's on tests. I'm never good enough to get A's. Why can't I understand this stuff that I study? I have such a bad memory, and I start getting into this negative thought pattern. And in the middle of it, I say no. And sometimes I will say this out loud to myself: no, stop. And then I will speak to myself. I will say, I am learning, I'm growing. This subject is especially difficult for me, but I am learning this subject and I am getting better. Last time I got a D, this time I got a C-. That's a huge improvement. And even if there wasn't an improvement between test scores, even then, give yourself words of encouragement. I will do better next time. I'm gonna set up a better study plan for myself, or I'm gonna go get help from a tutor since I cannot understand this by myself, but I'm gonna get the help that I need. I am smart, I am intelligent, I do have a great memory, especially for things that I'm interested in. So I just need to find a way to make this subject interesting to me and interesting to my brain. And we've got this, we're gonna get this, and we are smart. So start telling yourself words of encouragement and finding solutions for yourself, because sometimes our brain goes down a negative path because we don't outright have a solution, or we haven't thought of a solution yet. And so it's kind of like jumping to the worst conclusion just because we don't have an explanation, because the brain loves to fill in the gaps and you know, have an explanation for everything. And if things are going bad and the brain doesn't have an explanation, sometimes people will blame themselves, blame other people, blame a situation or whatever. But you know, that's when you got to recenter yourself, ground yourself, and tell yourself that everything's going to be okay, it's going to work out. Give yourself words of encouragement and think of solutions for yourself. You deserve to be seen. We each have a desire to be seen and accepted as we are. This is a natural desire that is critical or crucial to our well-being and the embodiment of our true self. It is nothing to be ashamed of. Give yourself the gift of being seen and accepted as you are in the moment by yourself and by others who appreciate you, allowing yourself to take up the space that you need. So the You Deserve to Be Seen card reminds me of the Nine of Cups in reverse earlier. You do not need to impress other people. If people don't like who you truly are, they do not deserve your time, they do not deserve your energy, and they do not deserve to be graced by your presence. And I say this with all seriousness because you have to learn that not everybody is for everybody, and you are not for everybody, and everybody is not for you. And this is a very helpful lesson once it is learned, because it basically gives you the relief and the freedom to be who you are and to not be afraid of being who you are in front of other people. Because when you are your true self around others, it is going to attract the people into your life. It is going to attract the people into your life that are meant to be in your life, or it's going to attract the right people to you. That's what I'm trying to say. And you're going to have better connections, better quality friendships, and better experiences than if you were to fake it all the time, because faking it all the time is honestly exhausting. And also, you're constantly worried about what other people are thinking of you, and it just sucks up so much energy and time in your life. And at the end of the day, you don't even truly enjoy it unless, it's mildly satisfying, because then your happiness is dependent on how other people react to you, and that's really not even a great place to be in, because then you constantly need an outsource of happiness instead of being able to just be happy inherently, by yourself. When you're able to be happy by yourself and through whatever, being your true self and finding happiness within yourself, one, it doesn't suck up all your energy and time. Two, it's like a never-ending well of happiness that you can tap into, because it's always there and you just got to learn how to tap into it, you know what I mean? Whereas others, depending on others for happiness is a finite resource, because not everybody's going to give you the time of day, and when they do, it may not even meet your expectations. And there's so many factors of disappointment wrapped up into the whole situation that it's unpredictable, it's exhausting, and it's really not worth your time. And being true to yourself is just a way better way to find happiness and to be happy within yourself. So then we have two more cards. You are wanted. The fear of abandonment can be a driving force in our lives. If we felt unwanted as a child, we can continue these patterns into adulthood through compulsively seeking or rejecting the attention of others. Dang, I was just talking about finding happiness or finding fulfillment through other people. Take time to journal about what abandonment and rejection mean to you. How can you show your inner child today that they are wanted? Again, the journaling message. So that is something really coming through is Spirit really wants you to write down your thoughts and your feelings, and find a safe place to do this, a place you feel comfortable, a place where you feel like if you need to, you can cry or, you know, yell or scream or shut down, or whatever feelings you need to go through as you're writing this. It seems like you went through different situations as a child that led you to people pleasing, and that's why you seek the approval of others, is for people pleasing, because you're afraid of being rejected again. And that may be why you put on a facade and you kind of morph into who you think the other person would like you to be instead of being yourself. But the thing is when you do that, you're basically making friendships on false pretenses, and also it's just kind of like fake. You end up meeting other fake people, other fake friends. And in order to make genuine, real friendships that are deep and that are meaningful and that bring you peace in your life instead of stress, you're going to need to really connect with yourself and start being yourself around other people. So gratitude brings abundance. The act of gratefulness is a door that leads into abundance of spirit and heart, allowing us to more deeply enjoy this life that we live. Set aside time today to remember all that you have to be thankful for, inviting your feelings of gratitude to overflow every part of your being with their dazzling warmth and light. Aw. I love this imagery on this card. It's so cute that she has butterfly wings. And also the purples in the background are really pretty. So by letting go of these negative people, actions, and things in your life, you start to make room in your life for positive things. But also another thing that will help you is by listing out 3 things that you like whenever you wake up and why you like them. So, or why you're grateful for them. And doing this every morning when you wake up, over a period of time, you will see a drastic change in your mental state, and you will start to point out, like you'll start to see your mind point out the positive things more often than the negative things. And this will help you reframe your mind and help you have more positive thoughts in general. And it will help support your healing journey and boost your mood. So every time or every morning when you wake up, just jot down 3 things you're grateful for. They could be something small, they could be big, it could be just the taste of your coffee and, you know, your cat or your house, or, you know, even your nail polish, your car, I don't know. Could be anything. Could be about a loved one. And it could even be like the same 3 things every single morning. As long as you do it with the intention and you actually focus on what you're writing and you think about it and you actually feel grateful for it, it'll help you. And writing down why you're grateful for it. So for example, I'm grateful for Brandy, which is my kitty who has been very involved today with the reading. And I'm grateful for her because she comforts me and she is an awesome best friend. I love her so much and she's helped me through hard times, and I love making her happy as well. And that's why I'm grateful for Brandy. And the reason why you're grateful for something doesn't even have to be as long and elaborate as the example I just gave. It could be, I'm grateful for my coffee this morning because it helps wake me up. It could be something as simple as that. But that is the advice. Oh, also, before I forget, sorry, on the back of the deck was write a letter. Writing down our thoughts and emotions can help us to become more aware of them, as many things reside within us that we might not know until we give them space to come forth. Now is the time to write a letter either to your inner child or as your inner child. Have patience with this process, giving yourself plenty of time in which to do it. Wow, that's wild. That's crazy, yo. Like, Spirit is really wanting you to write down stuff. The act of writing things down and not typing them out on our phone or on a computer or tablet or whatever, but the act of actually writing pen to paper, it's something, it actually does something to our brain, and it helps us connect more with whatever we're writing, or whatever we're writing. And this helps people learn and also focus better sometimes. But I don't know, it does something with the brain. I learned about this years ago, but I can't remember what it does specifically. But it is way more impactful to you and your mind to physically hand write something out versus typing it out on your phone or on an electronic. And even like doing like a drawing thing on your iPad with a pen, don't do that. Just like take out a simple piece of paper and some kind of writing utensil and do it like that, because that'll be the most beneficial to you, and it'll bring about the most beneficial outcomes for you. But yeah, that is what is going on before the solar eclipse and after the solar eclipse, and how it's going to affect you in your life. I hope you liked this reading and that it resonated with you, and I really do hope that it helps you. If you did like this reading, please give a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. That lets me know that you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world and whenever you're watching this. And I can't wait to see you next time. Alrighty, love you fam. Bye. Yeah. Outside. I think they're playing tag or something, I don't know. Brandy's like, who is that? Got you. Things you... Brandy, come on, baby. Come on. Honey.